Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we'll show you how an act of kindness by an 11-year-old boy can make a difference. And Baptist healthcare workers in Corbin are getting a $1,000 tab at 3 different restaurants. Plus, we go to Harlan County. That's where officials with Harlan Independent Schools are doing their part to make sure no child goes hungry at home.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Katie Cook. It is Friday, April the 10th, and your time is about 5:31. Let's check in with Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Pretty cold out there, Brandon, this morning. I think I even saw a few flurries on my way in.
You probably did. It's a little bit chilly this morning, and welcome to my living room. We're here on this Friday giving you a unfortunately colder forecast. Let's take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar and kind of pinpoint where things are this morning. And you'll see back down into southwest Virginia, that's our main area of moisture that is still kind of hanging out there, especially down toward Norton and over toward, Pennington Gap and Wise and Big Stone Gap, and then back up into Buchanan and Dickinson counties as well. But the good news is it's on the way out. Temperatures, that's cold this morning. 37 London, Williamsburg, Harlan, 35 in Jackson and Hazard, 36 Prestonsburg, 34 now in Pikeville, and right at freezing in Wise. Statewide, 40 still in Paducah, 41 in Bowling Green, and 37 up toward Cincinnati. Today, we are going to see our temperatures climb, but slowly. The thing we're going to see more of, especially as we head deeper in the morning, is the sunshine. Only about 52 for a daytime high. The rest of that forecast is on the way here in a little bit. Katie?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Wednesday night, strong to severe storms raced across Kentucky. Rockcastle County was one of the hardest hit areas. 70-mile-per-hour winds whipped through the area. Massive limbs were all over the streets as workers began the cleanup around 2 a.m. Thursday. Roofs were ripped off of houses and trees ended up in living spaces as well.
We was just getting down, laying for bed, and then like 30 seconds later, I felt the wall actually starting to come in with how much wind pressure is coming.
No injuries have been reported from the storms. So far, neighbors have been helping one another to clean up the damage. Earlier this week, we learned a Barberville police officer tested positive for COVID-19. He is now in isolation. And since then, we've wondered how the department is adjusting to that news. As WYMT's Hannah Reynolds reports, office time is limited and no one is sharing computers.
For Barberville PD, things look a little different.
Especially now, you take during first shift, the chief has an office downstairs, I have an office upstairs, and there's a general working office downstairs. And I'd say if anything changed, officers aren't coming here. They're probably out patrolling more, they're spending more time in their vehicles.
Which meant their office spaces got a little smaller.
We have everything we need to do in here to do our jobs and do it effectively. We've got computers, printers, hand sanitizers, the disinfectants, the gloves.
And with officers still in quarantine, extended shifts just mean they are out on the road a little longer than usual. As for the officer that tested positive,
I've spoke to the officer every day since his test results came back, and he's doing good. He continues to get better, and he's ready to come back to work as soon as he gets cleared.
but one thing lays heavy on their minds, working toward being able to all work together once again. In Knox County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
Several surrounding departments, including the Knox County Sheriff's Office and Kentucky State Police, have also volunteered to help with manpower if needed. An act of kindness by an 11-year-old boy can make a difference. Bennett Holiday delivered meals to the people at Kentucky State Police Post 13 yesterday. Bennett is the son of former trooper Lauren Holiday, who died in a car crash in September. He says he wanted to show his appreciation for the people at Post and what they do. Post 13 Captain Jennifer Sandlin says his actions were greatly appreciated.
Someone his age recognizes the sacrifices that the Kentucky State Police, the troopers, the dispatchers, the employees here are doing, and he wanted to do something for us.
Bennett says at the end of the day, he just hopes to make his dad proud. Baptist healthcare workers in Corbin are getting a $1,000 tab at 3 different restaurants. Attorney Shane Romines dropped off 3 $1,000 checks to the Depot on Main, Pizza and Company, and the Root Beer Stand, calling it the Champs tab. Romines hopes the idea will inspire other business owners to do something similar for employees at other places with nursing staff.
I would like to see other business leaders step up. Of course, I don't expect them to call it the Champs tab, but step up and do similar things at restaurants and help these folks out who have everything on their minds and don't need to be worried about buying their next meal.
Baptist healthcare workers are only required to show their work IDs at those restaurants. For the first time in its more than 50 years of existence, Pantry Shelf and Hazard will close for a day. The first day will be Easter Sunday. However, owners say it will likely close each Sunday moving forward until the pandemic passes. Harlan Independent Schools delivered meals to its students yesterday. The school district combines breakfast and lunch into one delivery. We talked with the superintendent about why these deliveries are so important.
It's a cost saver for the family, which is great. And so if you've got families that are either struggling with no work possibility, then they rely on this. The term is food insecure, and so we've got a high percentage of kids that are identified as food insecure in our area. And so it's really important that we're able to provide that consistent, staple of food and nutrition for them.
WYMT's Dakota Makers will have more on this in our 6 o'clock hour right here on Mountain News this morning. Restaurants are already struggling as they have had to close their dining rooms, and after last night's severe thunderstorms, RNC Hot Dog Shack in Cumberland thought they would have damage repair costs on top of struggling to pay their bills. WYMT's Emily Bennett talked to them about how they are surviving this pandemic.
They got the best hamburgers and hot dogs in town.
RNC Hot Dog Shack sits on Main Street in Cumberland.
We just about eat lunch here every day.
2 years ago, sisters Angela Smith and Kathy Johnson started the business as a tribute.
We opened this in memory of my mom and dad.
And business was good, being the town hangout spot. But now is a different story.
It's slow since all this virus started. So people can't dine in, so they always come in just to sit around and talk. And now they can't do that.
The last few weeks filled with stress.
Trying to cover food costs and all that.
And Wednesday night storms made them worry even more.
I got messages this morning saying the roof was blown off, which it wasn't. It was just a piece of tin on the side of the building.
But thankfully, it was an easy fix, unlike the struggle to pay their bills.
We pay out of pocket. We barely cover the food costs right now, don't we?
Relying on their regular customers.
I'd rather trade local any day of the week that I can.
To keep them afloat.
They've stayed true. We thank them every day.
Thankful to have a community behind them. In Cumberland, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
The sisters are running everything by themselves. They are offering curbside and delivery services. And staying in Harlan County, social gatherings forced Harlan County school officials to block athletic facilities and school grounds. They warned people found violating the closings will be charged with trespassing. Officials also urged parents to talk to children about the importance of social distancing. They also say violating could result in a KHSAA sanction. And as local communities continue to fight this pandemic, folks in Clay County gathered around first responders and healthcare workers last night to lift them up and show them their support. WYMT's Tommy Poole has more.
Today we're live at Advent Health Manchester.
It's been like a nightmare.
Just to take this time to show our appreciation and support.
The COVID-19 pandemic.
People has worked around the clock on this, trying to keep people safe here in Clay County.
Putting first responders at risk.
In the 20-some years I've been in law enforcement, this is the first time that truly, when you respond to a call, you actually very scared of what you're getting ready to run into. And it's something you can't see.
Even more so than usual.
You never know what's going to walk through that door next.
Thursday night,
it is with thankful hearts.
The community of Clay County showed their support at Advent Health in Manchester.
We wanted to do something special for them in the sense that they're overlooked so much.
Partaking in a prayer visual and a parade.
They're very, very, very important to the people of Clay County.
People in the nursing profession and also your housekeeping and every job at a hospital clinic. I know they've seen a lot of stuff and it's scary for them, and hopefully they can see that the community is behind them.
Cars flashed their lights and sported signs with windows rolled up.
To say thank you, we're thinking of you. You're special to us. You are our heroes.
Coming together and rallying as a community through a dark, unprecedented time. In Clay County, Tommy Poole, WYMT Mountain News.
More than 100 cars drove through the campus. Clay County currently does not have a confirmed coronavirus case at this time. Just ahead on Mountain News this morning, Disney Plus is nearing its global subscriber goal 4 years early.
It's a tale of two skies as we head into Easter weekend. I'll have the full forecast in about 3 minutes.